What's going on? Welcome back. Today we are going to be getting Angela to Lord. Um, so with the previous video, I said that I was going to be getting each one in alphabetical order to Lord. So we did Adam Warlock. Now we're on to Angela. We're going to be getting her from rookie to knight to captain to centurion and finally to Lord. We're not going to be doing any of the other stuff like getting her to champion because that just requires a long time of grinding. I'm going to show you what her stats look like that I already have. So I'll show you those. So from what you can see, we have almost no time played with Angela, less than a minute played. You can see the stats right there. Not much going on. I'm excited to play Angela. She's gonna be my first tank that I really play. So I'm looking forward to that. From what I've seen, she's more of a DPS tank, not a frontline tank. So I'm excited to try that. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so let's just talk about Angela's kit a little bit. Her main attack is her spear when she's flying, and it does a decent amount of damage. You can charge up the damage depending on how much movement you do, but other than that, it does nominal damage. But there is a animation cancel, so if you melee and then spear, you'll obviously do more damage, which really helps a lot in this entire playthrough. Then she has her ground pound, which then changes to her axes. And she also has a area on the ground, which will do constant damage and give her overshield. The axes do okay damage. They do better when she has the ground area. Then she has her shield. Her shield has 300 HP and it heals pretty well. It's not the worst shield in the world. It's good for obviously just her. Then she has her charge. Her charge is something that is situational, but it will do very well when you know how to use it, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then her ultimate, which just will bind people to an area, then you can slam onto the area, and then you can do damage. The area is like her doing her ground pound. That's about her kit. Her kit isn't very hard to learn. It was for me a little bit interesting because I hadn't played a flyer at all before this, but other than that, it's not too hard to learn. Oh shoot, we made it to night and I didn't even realize that we were in this game, but hey, we made it to night. I didn't even didn't register in my mind that we were gonna make it tonight this game, but we did. And let's go and claim that really quickly. Bang. Alright, we're night. Let's just see what they changed to. There you go. I think it's like 5 more kills and then 5,000 more damage blocked. So yeah. They're gone. This Psylocke is starting to make me mad, because she's been around just harassing our backline. Can I get some healing? Brother, if you don't heal me. Buddy.
I require help at once.
Buddy. You don't heal me? Yo.
Against the world.
Okay. I guess I'm just not getting healing. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're out of here. I'll just hop into our Luna ult.
You are nothing.
Thank you. There's another one. Alright, if we're being serious, I kinda did butt. I won't lie to you. But I think I'm getting better at Angela. I definitely was not this good when I first started.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Yeah, let me see. Look at those stats. Oh my goodness. I mean, not gonna lie, our other tank did better than me, I think. No, I did. I think I did better. But got another MVP.
Captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
There's healer. Yo, oh please, 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 please give me something. Give me something, man.
Your fate was already sealed. I merely. Another epic.
Look at that. Actually, I don't know how I got that MVP either. Alright, so according to online, it's better actually to, or is it, hold to activate Assassin's Charge. So it's apparently better to do that because tap is just not good. So I'm gonna test it out and see how we do. Okay, so I want to talk about how I played her and how I think that she should be played. So when you play her, you have to understand that you're not always going to be like the best in a category. Like you're not going to have the most damage blocked all the time. You're not always going to have the most damage anyway. So you just have to come to terms with that. And if you do, you'll actually do pretty well on her. For the longest time I was playing, I was wondering why I'm not getting the most damage, not the most damage blocked, you know? And it's just because that's not how she's supposed to be played. You're honestly supposed to be more annoying than anything. I mean, yes, you're supposed to get damage, you're supposed to get kills, but you're supposed to be annoying to the players. Like, you could play her in different ways. So you could play her up front in the front line and just be annoying, drag their tanks around, and don't let their tanks shield their backline. Or you can go to their backline and have their healers just not heal their tanks because they're focused on fighting you, and you have such high HP that not many of these healers will be able to fight you. So that's mainly what she's used for, in my opinion. I do see some people say that she should be getting a bunch of damage, but I just don't think that they're right. Another thing that's cool is if you hear Pure Chaos from Scarlet Witch, you just throw up that shield, it blocks the entire thing. It does get rid of your entire shield, but it blocks everything. So actually, on the topic of bothering the backline, baiting out support ults is something you want to do frequently on her if you're going to be bothering the backline. She's really good at it because she does a good amount of damage to supports, not really to tanks, but mainly the supports. So people like Cloak and Dagger, baiting out their ults is great. I've had moments where a Gambit ult would be going on, but the Cloak and Dagger didn't get in it, so they just used their ult while I'm bothering. So that's something that you want to look to do. Speaking of Cloak and Dagger, she and well, Cloak as well, they're both really annoying when you play Angela. They have their bubble, which baiting out isn't bad. They'll throw it down on themselves, but you can't do anything to them while they're in that bubble because you just don't do enough damage. So when they're in that bubble, just leave them. You're not gonna be able to kill them unless you have somebody else with you. So just go and bother somebody else instead. And you baited out their bubble, which is one of Cloak and Dagger's biggest strengths. when it comes to healing. So that's what you really want to do when you're going and bothering the back line. Alright, so next I want to talk about when to use her ult. Her ult is very good. I used it kind of here and there. I just didn't really know when to use it when I first started playing it. But as time went on, I learned that you want to look for people grouped up, and you want to look for them being low. And usually you want to use it on the supports in the back, because they can't do anything except for Cloak and Dagger. She just throws her bubble down and you can't do anything, which is something that I really don't like. But obviously I wouldn't like that when I play Angela. So yeah, you want to look out for that. You don't want to be in that bubble when you throw it down, because Cloak will just melt your health while you're there doing nothing to them, because you're just basically tickling them. Okay, so this next game is guaranteed to be our captain game. We just need 3 minutes or 10 KOs. I know we can get one of the two. So it's gonna be our captain game. We're finally gonna get rid of that stupid normal KO and get this one, which is nice. So let's get to it. All right, we're gonna see if we can get a push.
4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Yeah, I think it's too far. I think they have to come out the other door. There we go.
That's 3.
Triple. I'll take it. Out of my face. There we go. I chased him down. My goodness.
1,000 gods!
The heck, the axes are OP. My goodness. And we MVP'd on our captain game. Look at that. Let's look at it. Oh, and we got all of them done. There we go, captain. Alright, let's go and look at these new challenges too. Listen. So actually it's quite a bit more, but shouldn't be too bad. Let's get right to it then. Then you can see the damage blocked down there. Not much damage, but more damage blocked. I guess that's to be expected with tanks. Even though I think Angela's supposed to be a higher damage tank. So it's definitely going to go up by a large margin when you see this next. Okay, so I want to talk about a few for abilities and how they should be used. We'll start with the shield. So obviously it's defensively used, but also you can use it in an offensive way. Sort of, right? You use it defensively first to block damage for your main health while your healers hit you, and then you get healed, and then you can put it down and get right back into it without having to go straight to your back line to get healed. The next thing I'll talk about is the charge. The charge you should be using to drag people to the front line if they're supports, or into your back line if they're tanks. You also could use it in certain situations on certain maps like Hell's Heaven, Kunlun, and then Yiggsguard. because it's only on certain ones um, in Yiggsguard, but other than that, it's really just used to push people around and disrupt momentum. The slam should be used after you get somebody low with your spear, or you drag them to a secluded area and then slam down and hit them pretty hard. That's really her abilities. It's really simple. You mainly want to hit people with your spear only when you have enough momentum. Otherwise, it kind of does an okay amount of damage, doesn't do the most. So that's what you're really looking for. Also, when you drag people to your backline, be prepared for some people, most people, to be sort of dumb, I won't lie, and they won't target the person that you just drag to your backline. Like, I'll have moments where I drag a strange to the backline and people just ignore him. And now he's back there getting kills. So just be prepared for that and know your team. Another thing about when you're diving is you have to be aware of your health, obviously, as with all dives. But since you're a flyer, you have to be even more aware, because most healers won't look up and try and heal you. And I know that because I've died so many times when my healer's just not looking up in the air. So keep that in mind when you're diving. Playing her as Brawl, you also have to keep aware of your health, because the 550 that you have isn't all that much for a frontline tank, really. And she doesn't gain overshield for doing damage like someone like Magic would, but she doesn't have that much of a shield either, like Doctor Strange does, or Magneto. So just be aware when you're being in the front line and the back line of your health. That's really your main concern, because people can absolutely melt your health. Okay, so now I want to get into the do's and don'ts of Angela. So when you're looking at the do's and what you should do, we're going to start off with keeping constant pressure. You always want to be pressuring the back line of the front line, no matter what health you're at. Obviously, you want to be careful, but if you have 200 health, keep your pressure up. That's her whole point, is just pressure and not really worry about anything else. Because if their healers have to worry about you, then they're not healing the front line and everything falls apart. And if their front line is only focused on you, then they're not doing any damage to anybody else. So you have to keep up the pressure. Let's get into don'ts. You don't want to go after tanks that much. If you're going to be in the front line, use your spear to hit through them and hit their DPS, who would be behind them usually, or just try and hit multiple people at once. Your spear and your axes just don't do enough damage to reliably kill tanks. So you just want to put pressure, like I said. You don't want to solo a tank, because it's just going to take too much effort. Yeah, you'll have one person out the fight, but what really is that when you're not in the fight, keeping up the pressure, as I mentioned before. Okay, I just want to talk about her dash a little bit more as well. Her dash, you can use it in any way that you want, but when I first started playing, I was hyper focused on grabbing a single person and just dragging them away and killing. But yes, it's very useful for that, but that's not all you want to use it for. That's what I did when I first started. I just straight up didn't want to use it for anything besides from dragging somebody away and doing it. But when you're in the front line, you want to use that drag to get someone away from the point. And if you're using it in the back line, what you want to do is get somebody, one of your supports away, and 1v1 that support. But that's really it with the dash. You don't want to just use it willy-nilly, because it is very useful. And don't be afraid to use it to get away from the back line or even the front line. If everybody's dead, or if you just really need heals, don't be afraid to use it, because it's one of your biggest allies when you're playing Angela.
Let's keep playing until we have a winner.
Alright, so this should be the game that we get Centurion. We just need to get about 2,000 damage blocked, so that's pretty easy. And we get Centurion, we get this nice KO marker. Look at that. Let's go.
You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Alright, let's just go and get that damage blocked like immediately. Watch this. Really? Trap. Oh, that soul bond makes it a lot easier. Where did I run into the trap? I just said that it was there too. He's gone. Do all that. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere over there. I knew I was gonna get grabbed by it too. Hey, they're gone. Ooh. Oh my gosh, no way, she's not dead.
Down to 30 seconds. Here's a chance to stop them.
Shoot. I don't know where her nest is. I'll take it.
I'm ready to put on a show. Take everything.
There we go. Alright, that should be it. Let me see that. Centurion. Let's go and get that KO meter. Prompt 2. Let's equip that. That is nice. Looks like a new mission's 30,000 damage blocked and 25 KOs. And then same amount of minutes as always. Okay, so at the point of Centurion, I was kind of done with her. Not gonna lie. She was fun to play, I'll admit, but she also was really tiring to play. When I played Adam, she took almost the same time as Adam, and I felt like Adam went faster, but I'm not too sure why. She just felt so long, and that's why it took so long to make this video. Actually, it took about like 8 days to make, and I could have probably done it faster. It's just I didn't have the motivation to keep playing her over and over, so I didn't. Also, I meant to talk about this when I talked about counters. Somebody who counters her so well is Elsa Bloodstone. I mean, it is insane. Her trap will stop you, even if you're in the air, when you're dashing, anything. It'll just stop you. And also, she's almost impossible to fight as Angela because she just gets so much overhealth, and she could just run away immediately. So it's almost impossible to fight Elsa Bloodstone as Angela. That's about it. And Angela was pretty fun to play, I'll admit. But she was also really tiring to play. Oh, also, something pretty cool happened while I was playing Angela. I got my first 6K. I never got one, so I'll show you that. I didn't expect to ever get one with Angela out of all people. I expected it to be a DPS, but here we are.
Double KO. That's 3. Wow, 4 in a row.
Let us show him his folly.
5. That's amazing. 6 in a row. Way to go.
Okay, so this could be the Lord game. I'm not planning on it being, but it's possible because I've gotten 24 KOs in the game before. But You can see the stuff right here. 8k damage. What's that? 6 minutes and then 24 KOs. So this could be the Lord game. We're almost there. I'm really happy about that. It's been a long grind. I won't lie. All right, we're gonna try and grab some people. Wow. Okay. Doesn't go back there. Come down. Get off the site. There he goes. We're trying to kill the Strange. Okay, never mind. I guess our Gambit got him. Yeah. Well. There's somebody on the site. Yeah, there is.
That was one deadly deal, Gambit.
The area's almost yours.
You know, I might not get the damage blocked. Maybe. Like, I actually might get the KOs and not the damage blocked. Also, I'm surprised they haven't portaled.
Keep fighting until we have a winner.
Alright. First one's ours. You know, hopefully we can actually sell on the second point so that we can we can get more KOs, because
As usual,
I don't want to have to do another game.
the hard work while my father slumbers.
Watch this epic play right here. This is about to be. This is a pro move right here. You don't know about it. Oh my gosh, I'm trash.
Looks like the mission area is yours now.
I don't waste. I'm only getting one person with this. This is really annoying. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. He just slimed our back line. Alright, really Punisher. Oh my gosh. Did they portal? I think they might have actually portaled this time.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a
My soul is not yours to claim.
Damn, I was trying to get there. Alright, it's all good, it's all good. We're still valid. We can still do this, you know. Mr. Pumpkin Pie switched to
Heaven
support
has
and
its
started
merits, but I much prefer the
started
field of
winning.
battle.
I guess I didn't know that. It's gonna happen, but here we are.
Judge, jury,
He's gone.
executioner!
That's not good.
Devil's Reign!
My help has returned.
behind you. You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Secure my ale.
There's a little shark over here. Oh my gosh, I'm about to get jumped. sharp.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have winner.
Oh my gosh, I need 5 kills. That was a useless portal. Nice scroll time. There he goes. There we go. Wait, is that 5? Oh my gosh. That is insane. There we go. That should be it. We're about to find. I mean, I think I know already that it was at least 6 minutes and stuff. So that should be. And we MVP'd. We've won, and we got the MVP. Look at that! Wow. That is really nice. Okay. Those chats are insane. I don't know what to say about those. But there we go. Lord. We gotta go and claim that Lord icon right now. Alright, here we are. Let's go to Angela. Proficiency. Angela Deluxe Avatar. There we go. That is nice. And it's equipped. Let's go and look at it. Really quickly. That is really nice to see. Angela on Lord. You can see it down there in the bottom.
The universe ends. I shall go down fighting.
That is
They have been seen and they will never
that is
truly.
awesome.
You would not last a second in heaven.
Well, there we go. Angela is now Lord. That's insane. It took. Let's go and look at the stats too. Okay, so here we are at the stats. 22.3 hours it took. 164 matches, 105 wins, 2,406 KOs, 312 assists, and my best KO streak was 27. There is all the information down there. Damage blocked and damage. Wow, it feels nice. You can see it took slightly less time than Adam, but not crazy amount. There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Angela was actually really fun to play, and
I'm ready to put on a
I think that I'll actually play her outside of the Lord video, like Adam. Actually, Adam got a buff, of course, right after I did his Lord video. He can fly now, so that's something that's actually pretty cool. And he's actually gotten away from me quite a few times on Angela with that fly ability. So I might actually have to play Adam. But Angela, I'm definitely gonna play outside of this. She's just really fun to play. But I did get kind of sick of her at the end. But I feel like that's probably how it's gonna be with every character that I try and hit Lord on. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to subscribe, drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Heaven! Fall! You stood no chance against the warrior born. Heaven! Fall! See what happens when you stick to a plan, Quill?
Disappear!